Well, Robbie, thanks for coming today.
Not a problem, Nancy, man.
So, where did you grow up and what was your childhood like?
Grew up in the Moorview Park Estate up the Armagh Road. Childhood was very good, actually. All we done was play football all day.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit of fishing, swimming in the river, which you wouldn't get away with now, but mainly it was down to football.
Yeah, similar to myself there. So, where did you start your playing career and what memories do you have from this time?
Started with Mountain View FC, run by Noel Moore and Marty McCabe. Two characters, if I say that about them. Again, there was no transport back then, so we used to meet at the bottom of the street and walk out to Carnbean, get changed at the side of the field, play the match and walk home. And we hardly ever won a game, to be honest with you. Then I played for a team called TCC. Not a lot of people know about this team. It was Tora, Carnford and Carna Park down the Warren Point Road. I was friendly with a lot of lads in school and they asked me to go along, so a bit more success there. But on from that, on to Newry Celtic in the Carnbean League when I was 16, 17.
So, did your friends and family influence you much in regards to sport?
Yeah, my father had a big impact on it, obviously. He tried to guide you as best he could. He used to go and watch matches. Now, he wouldn't be overly critical, but if you didn't play well, he'd say you didn't have your best game today, or if you done really well, he'd say that was a wee bit better.
Yeah.
He wouldn't go overboard on it, keep your feet firmly on the ground.
Were you ever nervous when he came to your games?
Not really, no, just get on with it.
Yeah. So, what brought you into soccer? Was it popular in the community?
Where we were growing up, we had the Bosco Gaelic Club, but soccer was where I seen myself playing because I just enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
So when I grew up through the estate, it was all soccer played in the estate, you see, and that's where I went to then.
Yeah. So, obviously, who did you idolise and why?
Being a big Liverpool fan, I would have seen Kenny Dalglish as my idol, but as I get older, Liverpool fans aren't going to forgive me for this. Roy Keane was my hero as such. Like, I used to admire what he'd done on the field. He just took no prisoners and took me where he'd go further.
Yeah.
I just liked his winning mentality that he had too,
So, did you enjoy school and what school did you go to?
I went to St Patrick's Primary School, loved it, and then went to the Abbey Grammar. I liked it up as far as fifth year. I wanted to leave and get a trade. Obviously my father said no, stay and get your education, which I did. But one of the main reasons I stayed on was to play Gaelic football.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed because a lot of the guys that I met then I'm still very friendly with at the minute, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah, so do you miss your school days?
I would love to go back because some of the stuff you get away with now that you just weren't taking a chance on back then, but I'd love to go back, yeah.
Did your choice of school influence your choice of sport?
Not really, because the Abbey was predominantly GAA, which I did play for them, but when they got wind that I was playing soccer, then you're sort of left on the periphery of things.
What other sports did you play in school other than soccer and Gaelic?
Gaelic soccer, played a bit of hurling for the Shamrocks, minors, on the seniors. Not an awful lot, to be honest, just football, Gaelic and soccer were the main ones, to be honest.
Did school put you off, or did sports put you off or affect your education?
No, because I think the two go hand in hand. Especially where the Abbey was concerned, obviously your education came first, and if you're anyway sort of decent at football, they would follow up, they would get you involved, but predominantly it was your education came first.
Did school open up any new sporting opportunities to you?
When I first joined the Abbey, I'd hardly ever kicked a Gaelic football. And I remember my first training session, we were playing a match, and I got a run and I got in front of the goal, didn't know what to do. So I fisted in the net. So I had to be called back and told me you can't do that. So I wasn't aware of the rules, but it opened up Gaelic football. Basketball wasn't a big thing in the Abbey as well.
Yeah. You're obviously quite busy when it came to sport. Did this force you to give up any social time with your mates?
You do miss out a lot when you're, because you're semi-professional in the Irish League, that you missed out on stag do's and weddings and things like that. You have to be committed. Without that, you're not going to make it. So they lose out on some things, yeah, but in the long term, no, I didn't regret doing what I did. So.
Did your lifestyle change much because of sport? Did you have to give up drink or?
I wasn't a big drinker anyway. A lot of lads I hung about were starting to take a drink at 16, 17, but it's not something they got involved with. Because you're so committed to sport, and I think from comparing then until now, there's no way you'll get away with it now. Some guys could take a drink on a Friday night, but I just wouldn't entertain it. You just have to be totally committed or don't do it at all. So.
Yeah, with social media and all, you get caught easily. What did you enjoy most about sport when you were younger?
I suppose it's the teammates you made throughout it. You know, there's no saying in soccer that you have no friends in football, just acquaintances. You have lads who come and go at clubs, but with Gaelic football you have friends for life. But I still do keep in touch with a lot of the guys through soccer, but I think in Gaelic you do have friends, because it's a community sport, you'll make more friends that way.
So what was your favourite point in your career?
I suppose winning leagues was the main one. I played Gaelic for the Shamrocks at minors. We won the league and the championship. It was then around that age I had gone to Portadown, and after a few years we were very successful. We won the league, the cup, League Cup, Gold Cup, Mid-Ulster Cup, a couple of representatives with Northern Ireland being international and Irish League. So I mean, the success obviously makes you very happy in sports, and I had a fair bit of success with it.
Yeah. So you've listed a lot of trophies there. So what was your biggest achievement?
Winning the league, 95, 96. Ourselves and Portadown and Crusaders were going to the league. Second last game of the season, we were playing Glenavon home, local derby. Crusaders were playing Clifton, local derby. Crusaders got beaten. We beat Glenavon 2-1, so we effectively won the league. The last game of the season, we would have been playing Crusaders to win the league, and they would have been winning it, but as it turned out, we had won our last game and were presented with a trophy in front of them on the last day of the season, so it was great.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So, was there any smaller achievements that stand out more, or mean more to you?
Not really, no, just because you're part of a team at Portadown, and coming from my background, going up to Portadown and knowing nobody and getting involved, I suppose coming right through the ranks, where I think nowadays that they try and buy players in who are already established.
Yeah.
I joined Portadown when I was 18 or 19 and had spent a year and a half in reserves before we looked in the first team, so I don't think lads nowadays just want overnight success where you have to work hard to get it.
Did you prefer to win team awards or individual awards?
Team awards all day long. Because I know some guys like to have an individual award, but you're only good as the players around you and they help you. So to me, it's a team effort or nothing.
So you were saying earlier that Roy Keane was your sporting hero. So were you more of a Roy Keane kind of player, or were you a creative midfielder?
Ronnie McFall did say at one time it was Roy Keane in the Irish League, but he was getting carried away. You don't try and model yourself in any one player, but you just do the best of your own ability. And I suppose my ability was, I had a good engine in me and I could run all day and put a tackle in, so I'd score goals. So. Yeah.
Who is the best player you've ever played with or played against?
Best player I played with would be Joey Cunningham from Park and across McGlenny, he is now. Absolutely unreal. Had just such a natural ability, pace, he was brave, he scored goals, and he was just top man. We played against a few cross-channel teams in pre-season. We played United one time, and Cantona was playing, Keane was playing, Beckham played, Scholes played. But you're only playing against these guys once in a lifetime. But there was one person in the Irish League, a fella called Glenn Dunlop, played centre half for Crusaders, or David Jeffries, who was managing midfield. I remember he was coming towards the end of his career, and I was playing for Portadown, and I was only broken into the squad, and he kicked me from pillar to post for 90 minutes. And then he comes up and shakes your hands and says, "God bless you," at the end of it. I felt like I should have been given the last rites after, you know.
Yeah. What was it like to play and score in a European competition for Newry?
It was absolutely fantastic, because there was a great buzz around the town. Joe Rice, as chairman, had promised the town and the city and the fans European football, which he delivered. We played in the Intertoto Cup. We went to Croatia and we were beaten 1-0. And then we had them back at home and we won 2-0. I'd scored the first goal after about 18 minutes. It was Newry's first ever goal in Europe, so obviously delighted with the hometown boy scoring that. It was great.
Yeah. How did it feel to play against Manchester United select squad?
It was a bit strange, because it's not something we were used to. Pat McGibbon had signed from Portadown to Man United. Part of the deal was they'd come and play us in a friendly. So normally when teams go for pre-season, they'll send over a skeleton squad, but they sent their full squad, and some of the players are really like Dennis Irwin and Beckham and
great players, and
they never get out of first gear. They're absolutely fantastic.
It's always playing against your heroes there.
Yeah, indeed.
Great experience. How was it to win the Irish League with Portadown?
Yeah, it was the year we won it. The year previous, had gone to the wire as well. We played Glenavon on the last day of the season, and Linfield were playing Glentoran at Windsor Park. So if Portdown won, they won the league. If Glenavon won, they won the league. If Linfield won and Portdown Glenavon drew, Linfield won the league. So it was 2 each at Mourneview, and I missed a chance in the last minute to win the league.
Oh.
So the following year we went on to win it. I played every minute of every game, so it sort of helped me a wee bit get over it.
Yeah, so must have got some abuse from the Portdown fans after that.
Not really abuse, but you know, not felt sorry,
happy.
but I had everything on the plate, and I just got through it all. I got through it in my head every day, nearly, you know.
Yeah, sure, you made up for it a year later.
Well, I made up for it a year later, but it would have been nice to win it at Mourneview that day. So.
Yeah. Of course, at the time you won it, Linfield were a great side. Did David Jeffries ever offer you a contract?
He'd contacted me twice over the years. We were away playing with the League of Ireland, we were playing Irish League Select over in Galway, and he had locked me in a room with his kit man and himself, and he told me he wanted to sign, and I'd reneged on it because I'd now a year left my contract at Portdown. When the contract was up, Newry had approached me and gave me a good offer, so I'd agreed in principle and signed a contract with Newry. About 30 minutes later after signing, Jeffries had actually phoned me to sign for Linfield. Looking back at something maybe I could have went for it, but I was happy with the choice I made.
Yeah. So, what was it like? What was the experience like to play at international level?
When I joined up with the B International, both teams trained together, and I think what surprised me was the pace of how things were done. Where you're playing from Cornwall League, where I was used to, and then in the Irish League reserves, in Irish League, you're going to stepping up the whole time. When you went to international, everything was just 100 miles an hour. It was just incredible, and you're sort of near lost at times, and you had to be on your toes the whole time. But the whole experience was fantastic.
Did you ever get any trials for a Premiership club across the water?
I had a couple of trials. I went to Oldham for a week and hated it. Nobody spoke to me. It was just horrible. Didn't like it. Couldn't wait to get home. The second trial I went to Celtic, and they'd lined up a game for me to play in, but I couldn't play because it snowed and there was 6 inches of snow on the ground, so I couldn't play. Nothing came of that. Ended up going to Port Vale for 10 days pre-season and loved it. They had made an offer to Portdown of 10 grand to sign me. I thought this is my chance now, but Portdown were looking at 100 grand, so the deal fell through and ended up in the Irish League for the next 10 years. So.
Still a great experience.
Yeah, it was a fantastic experience. I mean, having the full time element was just brilliant.
Yeah. Did you ever get any bad injuries in your playing days?
My first league game for Newry, we're playing Clifford away, 6 minutes old. A guy called Jody Tolman, 2 foot over the top, caught me my ankle, but my leg swung back and done a medial ligament. I was getting treatment for months at Newry, and they changed their physio. They brought in a new physio, and he checked the equipment they're using. The equipment that they were using was broke. The only thing worked on it was the lights.
Yeah,
so, Man Donaghy came in to Newry and asked me what I needed, told me I needed to see someone, and within 10 days I was back training and playing from what he did.
Yeah, so it's great, yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
If you could go back, what would you change about your career and why?
Probably that chance to win the league. There's a guy inside me and he always said I should have given it to him, but I was never going to pass it. I always told him he was offside. If I was going to change anything, it would be the score that day. And probably would think I would have changed it.
Do you have any regrets, really? Probably.
No, none at all. Obviously, the decisions you make going from club to club, or any decision you make will make it the person you are, so I have no regrets. No.
Yeah, that's good. Finally, what advice would you give to young players who are looking to do well in sport and have a career?
Just to work hard. There's no substitute for hard work in football. The top players all do it. You look at Messi, who works his socks off every game. Suarez, Wayne Rooney, Torres at his peak. We're all Steven Gerrard, all top players, but they worked hard. And I think young lads nowadays coming through expect too much too soon. Where I think the hard work is going to get them into more trouble.
Yeah, I'd say. Thank you very much for coming.
Great
to talk to you.
All right.